Questions? Anybody? So Tammy, Ian, they'll answer questions. Yes.
So if you're bored, I don't know about the rest of the world, but I know that my fees and fundraisings never really cover the entire cost of whatever activity it is. So say the board says, soccer boys cost us $1,200 a student, but we're going to set the limit at $600 that we're going to charge parents. If we go over that $600, we're really truly not collecting more than what we spent. Is there any kind of accounting for that? Or if we can't collect more than what we say, we're charging?
Any amount of the maximum, the school would need to find a way to cover that with their general.
Well, we do, but that's what I'm saying. If if the true cost is $1,400 a student, and we collect, and we say the max is $600, but we collect $620, are we still to give those $20 back per student? Even though we're not covering our costs, true costs.
Actually, but I think that be really careful not to collect more than you say, the maximum, okay? And so on this, the refund is in the code, and that is due to, we got lots of things going on. School fees is just one part of we've got, trying to find out how much it costs per student. You've got the kids thing that's coming out of the state auditor's office. They're doing some things here at USDE trying to do those costs. Well, school fees just have to be the first thing out there with this, and they added, they kind of combined or hitched the wagon, if you will, to the activity-based costing to it and stuff. So those are things that are all coming up in this year, next year, as to kind of bringing all that together. So I'm giving you a non-answer again. I'm rambling. But I say, if you say the maximum is $600 per student,
you should stay there.
Just stay there and plan on, if you charge more than that, then you probably ought to get it back.
Right. So I'm just talking more like fundraising. We end up fundraising.
The fundraisers go over. Again, the devil's always in the details.
Yeah.
And so I think it just depends on how you present that fundraiser. A lot of booster clubs run the admissions into the football games, and that's a fundraiser. The admissions to the football games.
Right.
And then it's spread out, but it's like, and we're trying to get some detail, like you say, the spend plan, we're getting very detailed on it, so if you don't spend that or go over, you can always go under, but never go over type of attitude in government. So
we can set it higher, and then if we don't meet our fundraising, we just don't collect it.
I've already been asked. I've been asked to collect. We did get maximums on the last go around, but it wasn't everybody because we weren't getting all, the fee schedule rules weren't there yet.
Yeah.
And I've already been asked by legislators, what is the maximum you're seeing? Well, we're seeing 10,000, we saw 12,000. But what's the mean one? It's probably down around 2,500. Cheerleading seems to rule the roost as the highest. So there are people wanting this data and to look at it. And it's going to be really hard on my team in this next collection in October to take that and extrapolate. Because they took in the audits and did an extrapolation by fees and categories of fees. And I just hope they don't ask us to do that again, but I think it's probably on the horizon. So those things are just kind of data collection at this point.
Okay.
Is it going to be up to we're discussing as a board, I'm not a board, our board and our superintendency to try to figure, it's going to be up to us to kind of determine what percentage would be an acceptable carryover amount. We've decided that's probably not something you could tell us. We would almost have to figure that out based upon the activity, because you can't expect to see every single program end up at exactly zero. You might see a 1% or 2%, because we can't have them going in the negative. So we're having programs that if we had, for example, I'm going to throw out softball, and at the end of the season they had $100 left in their account, we wouldn't write them up and say, you had $100 left in your account out of 10,000 or 20,000. Or is it going to be up to the districts, right, us to determine in our policy what is an appropriate amount that they could carry over based upon that, the course of the general funding of the year?
It is now, but I know because I work quite a bit, I'm actually on the city council, I work quite a bit. We are very limited on what we can carry over in our capital budget. We're limited in what we can carry over. So in other governmental agencies, governmental units, that is limited. There is a hard minimum or maximum you can carry over. So I would say it's probably on the horizon, but right now, as much information we can get, argument we can make, but is that good? Do we set a different minimum for athletics or stuff? Me, as the one trying to monitor this at USBE, I really don't want it to be in that. We just want to set these guardrails and then let the local agencies look at it and do that, because like I said, what works in one area may not work in another. But so, yeah, I would be just very cognizant of what that carryover, and that carryover is an item of topic, so we want to make sure that you are using your school fees responsibly, you know, and that's what it comes down to. And there's some ideas, and so I think we're going in the right direction, and I love Chair Husband's comments. You know, you guys are on the road, you're trying to make this work. I don't think anymore it's much of an education. The last few years have been very much like, well, this is what we want to go there, and so now we're just trying to figure out that, yeah, we are there, and hopefully we are there in many instances. We can make some tweaks here and there, but yeah, I certainly would want, if you're having those questions and those thoughts, make sure you do care of it at individual level. Everybody should. Everybody should.
Yeah, because coaches are going to want to know as we're going into these meetings. Then, if we're supposed to do a spend plan, and our goal is to get it as close, but not to go below. We don't want that. You know, they obviously can't end up $400 in debt. But if they end up with $100 at the end of the season, we're not going to write them up for it. So we've got to figure out as a district. That's what we're kind of looking at. We are kind of looking at setting those policies as a district and writing them based upon the program a little bit. Say, our hope is that you'll spend the money. That's what we're trying to, but at the same time, we recognize that you want to be fiscally responsible as well.
I think those are good thoughts and good things to, because if it's happening in the LEA and it's happening in that level, there's no reason for us to get in and kind of maybe, you know, put the guardrails up. It's already happening. Appreciate that. Appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much. It's very helpful for us to be interactive with you all. We haven't got out to everybody, but we appreciate more faces, and thank you very much for being here. And we're available here if you have any more questions or want to talk about something specific.
So you tell me, you guys collect enough money to pay for the entire program?
You're saying what we're trying to accomplish is based upon.
This meeting is no longer being recorded.
Let's just say drill team is $2,000.
Right.
So the first $2,000 fundraising that will reduce that.
Yeah.
That's the maximum. So let's say, for example, one program says we're going to charge $1,500. So every high school doesn't have to charge $2,000. But one says we're going to charge $2,000. We're going to do $1,000 of it out of pocket.